You open your phone and scroll through your contacts. Hundreds of names, maybe thousands, but here's the unsettling truth. Your brain has already decided which of those people are actually your friends. And the number is smaller than you think. Stick around and you'll find out why your social circle isn't as big as it appears and what that says about the limits of your own mind. So what exactly determines how many friends you can have? The answer lies in the size of a specific part of your brain, and it's been shaped by millions of years of evolution. In the early 1990s, British anthropologist Robin Dunbar at the University of Oxford began studying primate social groups. He noticed a pattern: as a primate's neocortex increased in volume, so did the size of its social groups. He crunched the numbers for 36 different primate species and found a tight mathematical correlation. Then he applied that equation to the human neocortex. The prediction: a maximum social group size of roughly 150, not 200, not 50, exactly around 150. Dunbar didn't stop at equations. He tested his prediction against real human societies. He looked at hunter-gatherer tribes across history, like the Hadza of Tanzania, and found their village sizes hovered around 150. He examined modern military units. The Roman centuria was 80 men, but the company of 150-200 was optimal. Even your Christmas card list. Dunbar asked people to count the number of recipients they actually sent cards to, a proxy for meaningful relationships, and the average came out to 153.5. He also studied historical records. Early farming settlements in the Middle East averaged about 150 residents. And when he analyzed the layers of your social network, he found a pattern. Your innermost circle of closest confidants averages 5 people, your next ring of good friends about 15, then 50, and finally 150. That number keeps reappearing, but does your brain really enforce a strict limit? To understand why, we have to look inside your skull. Your neocortex, specifically the medial prefrontal cortex and the temporoparietal junction, is what allows you to keep track of who owes you a favor, who you trust, and how others relate to each other. Maintaining that web of relationships requires mental effort, memory, emotional processing, and constant updates. The size of your neocortex is fixed. It can only handle so much social data. That's why, even if you meet 1,000 new people, you can only sustain a stable network of about 150. The rest become acquaintances. In fact, in 2011, a team led by Ryota Kanai at University College London used MRI scans to show that the number of Facebook friends a person had correlated with the volume of their amygdala and several other brain regions. Your social capacity is physically wired. This limit even shows up in evolutionary terms. The neocortex uses about 20% of your brain's oxygen and energy, yet it's the bottleneck for social information. Dunbar's calculations show that to maintain a group of 150, a primate would need to spend roughly 40% of its day grooming. Humans evolved language as a more efficient bonding tool. Gossip and stories replace grooming. But even with language, your neocortex can't stretch beyond 150 meaningful connections. Some wondered if social media would break this limit. After all, you can follow thousands online. But Dunbar studied Facebook users in 2016 and published his results in the journal Royal Society Open Science. He found that even among users with over 1,000 friends, the average number of reciprocal interactions, comments, likes, private messages was just 14. But the core group of stable, meaningful relationships remained around 150. The platform didn't expand your core social capacity, it just gave you more ways to maintain those 150 relationships at a distance. The limit held. But not everyone agrees that 150 is a hard ceiling. In 2021, sociologist Thomas Pollitt at Newcastle University published a reanalysis of Dunbar's data in Biology Letters, suggesting that the true average may vary more widely, from 100 to 200, depending on personality and social opportunity. Others argue that modern communication might allow us to offload some cognitive work, effectively raising the limit. The number might be a guideline, not a rule. The real answer is that both sides have merit. Your brain has a biological constraint, but it's not a fixed lock. You can have more than 150 acquaintances, but maintaining deep, reciprocal relationships, the kind you'd trust with a secret or ask for help moving, likely stays within that range. The evidence leans toward Dunbar's core idea. Your social world has a natural cap, but it can flex slightly under the right conditions. Go back to that phone in your hand, scroll through your contacts. Each name represents a potential relationship your brain is tracking. And every time you add a new one, somewhere in your neocortex, another connection is being juggled. The question isn't whether you can have more than 150 friends, it's whether you're willing to find out which one will have to go.